I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived. So, I caught you at last. And you are fooling around with this woman. Oh, the shame of it. That I should live to see a son of mine try to take a dame away from his father.
Dad, I can...
Enough of this. You leave here immediately, and I'll stay here and settle with this woman.
My father beat my sister and my brother and me. My mother beat my father and my sister and me and my brother.
My father was always pissed off.
Learned a lot.
He was pissed that he made such lousy money. He was pissed that my kid brother Michael was in a wheelchair. He was pissed that there were 7 of us living in such a tiny house. But after a while, he was mostly pissed because I hung around the cab stand. He knew what went on at that cab stand. And every once in a while, I'd have to take a beating. But by then, I didn't care. The way I saw it, everybody takes a beating sometime.
When I was a kid, I used to call my father Sir. That's right, Sir. You ever hear a kid call his father that anymore?
Fathers don't seem to think it's important anymore.
I don't think that I like my dad when he's around you.
Well, that's because your dad doesn't like himself when he's around me.
And you're wondering why that is? It's because I'm a rotten father. You're right, I drag him all over the country for my own selfish reasons.
I do remember my son. His name is Hector. You know, what are you trying to say? I'm a bad father?
Grandfather's here.
Mom, can't you tell me I'm sick?
You're sick. That's why he's here.
He'll pinch my cheek. I hate that.
Maybe he won't.
Hey, how was this city? Huh?
Seven moves. 7. How is it possible to lose in 7 moves?
Maybe I don't really have it.
Well, you know, that's not true. That's not why this happened. I don't understand why this happened. Why did this happen? Well, think. Take your time. Take more time than you took losing to that Potzer and figure it out.
Ben, what are you doing?
Well, I would say that I'm just drifting here in the pool.
Why?
Well, it's very comfortable just to drift here.
Have you thought about graduate school?
No.
Would you mind telling me then what those 4 years of college were for? What was the point of all that hard work?
You got me.
Well, I never wanted this for you. I worked my whole life. I don't apologize to take care of my family. And I refused to be a fool. Dancing on the string held by all those big shots. I don't apologize, that's my life, but I thought that... But when it was your time, that you would be the one to hold the strings.
When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw it. I was so embarrassed, I almost threw up. I said, I'm going to make a man out of you if I have to break you in 2 trying.
Avevo tante domande da farti. Ma non posso ancora rispondere. Vedi com'è basso qui il soffitto? Io l'avrei voluto più alto. È brutto, figliuolo, è brutto. Io l'avrei voluto diverso. Guido, non potresti occupartene un po' tu? Disegnavi così bene.
Do you think Boo Radley ever really comes and looks in my window at night? Jim says he does. This afternoon when we were over by their
Scout,
house.
I told you and Jen to leave those poor people alone. I want you to stay away from their house and stop tormenting them.
Yes, sir. He won't let me have a gun, and he'll only play touch football with me. Never tackle. He's too old for anything.
Well, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you sometimes.
I'm not disappointed.
Dad, let me congratulate you. I'm proud to be your son.
My boy, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm ashamed to be your father. You're a disgrace to our family name of Wagstaff, if such a thing is possible.
I will not fight you, Father.
It is pointless to resist, my son. It is too late for me, son.
Ich entschuldige mich für meinen Sohn.
Ich denke, man soll sich nicht entschuldigen.
Zum Teufel. Ach, entschuldigen Sie, Pater.
Those guns down there, they're loaded. It's not like in the comic books on our television. Those are real bullets.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Yes, son. I'm afraid. And I'm not ashamed of it. Sometimes it's better to be afraid.
Well, I'm not, and neither is Cindy.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen. What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft from all that comedy you're playing with that young girl. Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again.
My father died. He told me you killed him.
My father was slaughtered by a six-fingered man.
He stabbed his own father 4 inches into the chest.
I'll never give in. You killed my father.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
The kid you just decided isn't guilty was seen ramming this into his father.
You know my father? Men are coming here to kill him.
Vous ne mourrez pas, mon père. C'est ma faute. Il est juste que j'aille à votre place. Mon père est à la mort.
Some people are better off dead. Like your wife and my father, for instance.
Well, I have some bad news. Your father's dead.
Oh? He had some news about your father he picked up at the last stop.
What about him?
He died this morning.
But your father's dead. It's all over and done with.
In the hospital when he was conscious and out of danger, and when they told him his father was dead, he began to laugh, I have been told.
I found her standing over her dead father and cursing him.
Help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
You got any kids?
3.
I know, Father.
So, you have accepted the truth.
What kind of man are you? You got children of your own.
We'd like a statement from you, Miss Huberman, about your father. For instance, do you think your father got what he deserved?
You're his father. It's your decision.
My father is a very dangerous man. You don't know how dangerous. You don't know how crazy.
È arrivato tuo padre.
Mio padre?
E lì ti ha cercato uno, dice che è tuo padre.
I guess that's my father.
Now, Miss Lineker, can you identify the woman?
I'm not acquainted with my father's girlfriends.
I'm Michael Corleone. This is my father.
Mon père. Qu'il ne sache rien.
I suppose he's some old widower. Some old widower.
Yes, he is a widower. I ought to have told you before. He's my father.
Oh.
I am your father.
You ain't my dad. You'll never be my dad.
When we get back, we're all going to be friends.
No, Buzz. I am your father.
Darling,
I love you, Father.
I love you too, Tracy.
Never in my life have I been so full of love before.
Come on. Come along.
Wait, how do I look?
Like a queen, like a goddess.
And you know how I feel.
How?
Like a human being.
Do you know how I feel?
How?
Proud.
You want to know how good he is? I'll tell you how good he is. He is better at this than I have ever been at anything in my life. He is better at this than you'll ever be at anything. My son has a gift. He has a gift, and once you acknowledge that, then maybe we'll have something to talk about.
All of my key employees are my sons. Blood is the best security in this business.
You must have quite an establishment here.
Biggest family payroll in Turkey.
I have it under control, okay? He has it under control. Oh, I guess we don't have to worry about him anymore. Our little baby's all grown up. You know what? Shut up. Come on. No. Our little baby's all grown up. You have to. Gee, why do you have to? I'm not even hungry. I couldn't touch it. Why do you have to? A major production every time we go out and embarrass me. You know what? Oh, God. Jesus Christ, that's what all I have. Our little boy is all grown up tonight. And you know what, big boy? You're grown up. You're grown up.
I don't suppose a man ever had a better or finer family. You know, I often wake up in the night and say to myself, Seth, you lucky dog, what have you done to deserve it all?
Yes, son.
What's the matter, boy? Can't you talk? Didn't you know your daddy's the best shot in this county?
Oh, hush. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Is Pop governor yet?
Not yet, Junior.
Sergeant Ed Exley, son of the legendary Preston Exley. Must be a hard act to follow. Why not make a mark somewhere else?
My father, who was Irish, was sent to work at the age of 11, and he liked that I got myself a job. He always used to say that American kids were spoiled lazy.
Who did that to you?
Church of the Fathers.
Miss Jean Louise? Miss Jean Louise, stand up. Your father's passing.
Anything further, Father? Anything further, Father? That can't be right. Isn't it anything farther further?